People carry so much junk, and I see this a lot in my work, Dolores Cannon's work. It makes people sick. QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis technique, developed by the late great Dolores Cannon. I'm a practitioner of the technique. There are thousands of practitioners all over the world. This is one of the number one themes that we see as the causal factor of illness in the body, is holding on to strong, toxic emotions. One of the main things that I see in my work is people dealing with pain, physical pain in the body. Now, when you subscribe, you understand the belief that time isn't happening at the same time, and that there's no past or future lives, so to speak, but it is existing all in the now. Suddenly you understand this concept of cellular memory. You had a perhaps fatal wound in what we would call a past life. Because all time is existing in the now present, that could be affecting you in the present. So this is the convoluted concepts of being beyond illusion that Dolores Cannon's books talks a lot about in the convoluted universe. We are multi-dimensional beings. And when we start to connect to that multi-dimensionality, we can get beyond the illusion, beyond the bitterness and resentment and they did it to me, to they did it for me, for my spiritual, for my evolutionary growth, to help me. I chose it and you chose it from a higher perspective as a lesson. I'm going to get into some specifics of some of the physical ailments. First of all, I want to look at back issues. Now, this is a big one for a lot of people, is back issues. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Back issues generally represent feeling unsupported, overwhelmed, holding on to guilt and resentment. Now, specifically, the lower back points to, and this is a big one for a lot of people, particularly at the moment, is insecurity around finances. And that energy, everything is energy, oscillating, vibrating at different frequencies, gets lodged in the energy body within your energy. This is the quantum way of looking at things. With quantum healing and other healing methodologies, really what I call holistic healing. Here's another big one I see a lot in my work is issues with the bowels and digestion. This points to difficulty in letting go of the old, outdated beliefs, judging others as wrong and yourself as right, thinking that if only the world would change, then my life would be better. Perfectionism. I grew up with not a lot of friends, quite isolated, as a lot of us attest to, because we're different. Now at the time, my difference, I kind of despised. And through that process, a lot of people will understand this, a pattern of people pleasing developed. And you get your eyes off yourself and you start to focus on all the other people and just keeping them happy, that you never ever make anyone happy from that level of consciousness. First, you have to be happiness, and then you have to emanate that out of your energy field. That's what's going to attract people, not this persona that you think people want. Ultimately, we are here to learn and to experience emotions. There are other realities, there are other states of consciousness that do not experience emotions in the way we do here in this physical plane. We often want to resist our emotions. Perhaps it's for someone who is going through a grief cycle. Maybe you've just lost a pet or a family member or a friend. Grief comes up in your experience and you want to resist it because it's an emotion that is unfavorable. And yet, grief is what makes us human here, isn't it? I said this to someone the other day: if you didn't grieve, what sort of person would you be? If your pet died, if your family member, if your child died. It makes us human. We are learning how to manipulate energy. We are learning how to work through emotions. It would not be a test if you had the answers. You have to go through it. You have to experience it. You have to be in this density in order to get the lessons. Now, some people are incarnating right now and they're remembering their purpose. They know why they're here. They're here to help. And this is what Dolores Cannon's book says, is help people get off the wheel of karma. You see, there have been great spiritual teachers and masters over the centuries that have come at certain points of time during history to help humanity get off the wheel of karma, stop repeating and repeating the same old lessons again. If you don't get a lesson, you're going to repeat a lesson. You have to pass the grade at school in order to get to the next grade. There's no cheating the system. For a lot of humanity, what have they been stuck in? They've been stuck in this wheel of karma going around and around and around, repeating the same lessons because they're not getting them. And this is one of the reasons why the volunteers have come, and one of the reasons that they're struggling actually with the density and vibration here, because they're having to experience emotion for the first time. From the reality that they come from, they didn't used to have to be in the density of emotion. They didn't have to be that. They were with God. They were in the energy of divine love, and they answered the call. They came down. They left to be on this assignment. We really want to see the body as an extension of our consciousness, the physical vehicle that moves us around. And it is where our emotions get stuck. This is why this is so important that we release the past.